السلام عليكم الإخوان، مرحبا بكم في فيديو جديد في القناة ديالكم English Speakers. Hello everyone, welcome to this lesson about the difference between the past perfect and the past perfect continuous with English Speakers channel. The first thing we want to know about the two tenses is the formulation. So the first tense is past perfect and the formulation is as follows: personal pronoun or subject plus the verb have in the past, which is had, plus the past participle of the verb. For example, we'll take the example of the verb play. So we say, I had played tennis, you had played tennis, he had played tennis, she had played tennis, it had played tennis, we had played tennis, you had played tennis, they had played tennis. If you observe the way I conjugated the verb play in the past perfect, you will see that I have used the same form of the verb have in the past for all of the personal pronouns, and I kept using the past participle of the verb play, which is played, in all of the personal pronouns. So that way it's very easy to conjugate any verb in the past perfect. You just need the verb had always in the same form, the verb have in the past, which is had, and you need to conjugate the verb in the past participle. So if it's a regular verb, you will add the ed at the end of it, and if it's an irregular verb, you will need to see the unique form of that verb in the past participle. For the past perfect continuous, the formulation is different. The personal pronoun or subject plus the verb have in the past again, had, plus been, which is the past participle of the verb to be, plus the verb plus ing. So it's very easy. For example, we'll take the example of the verb play. So we say, I had been playing tennis, you had been playing tennis, he had been playing tennis, she had been playing tennis, it had been playing tennis, we had been playing tennis, you had been playing tennis, they had been playing tennis. So you can see that I'm using the same conjugation form for all personal pronouns, for all I, you, he and she and it, we and they. So you only need to memorize the formulation, and you don't really need to know the past participle of the verb because we are putting it in the ing form. Now we'll see the usage of each tense. When do we use past perfect and when do we use past perfect continuous? For the past perfect, we use it for different situations, but all of them are almost the same. For example, we use it for past actions that already finished when another past action happened. So we use it for past actions that already finished when another past action happened. So both actions happened in the past, but one is before another. So for example, we say I met them before, I met them after they had divorced. I met them after they had divorced. So the action that I have conjugated in the past perfect is the divorce action, and it happened before the other action of meeting them. So you can see that if you have two actions, one happened before another, and both of them happened in the past, you will use the one that happened earlier in the past perfect. I think that's clear. We use it also to emphasize the result of an activity in the past. For example, we say I had been to London twice by the time I got a job in New York. I had been to London twice by the time I got a job in New York. So I'm emphasizing the result of the activity that happened in the past, which is being in London in the past, that it happened twice before another action which also happened in the twice, which also happened in the past, which is I got a job in New York. We also use it to show two events in the past that are linked. So for example, I can say, I couldn't take my flight because I had forgotten my boarding pass. So over here we have two actions. Both of them happened in the past, and they are linked to each other because I couldn't take my flight, and the reason why is because I had forgotten my boarding pass. So if you have two actions that happened in the past and one is a cause of another and one is a result of another, that means you will use the one that is the cause in the past perfect and the one that is showing a result in the past. Now we move on to the past perfect continuous. We use it for different situations also, but it's a little bit different from the past perfect. We use it for past actions that started in the past and continued to happen after another action or time in the past. For example, Sarah had been working here for 2 weeks when she had the accident. So we have the accident action happened after the action of working for 2 weeks. And that action is not an instant action, but it's a continuous action. Sarah had been working here for 2 weeks. That means it's an action that started in the past and continued to happen after another action in the past. So that means she had the accident while she's working over there. So we say Sarah had been working. That's the past perfect continuous because it's a continuous action that started in the past and it continued even after the other action of the accident. We also use it to emphasize the duration of an activity in the past. So we're showing that the action took time in the past. Ahmed needed a vacation because he had been working here hard for 6 months. So Ahmed needed a vacation. That's something that also in the past, that is also in the past. But the reason why is because he had been working here for hard for 6 months. So we're showing the duration of the activity that happened in the past before the other action of his need to a vacation. And the way we showed that is by saying he had been working. So first we have used the past perfect continuous and we've mentioned the period of time, which is 6 months. And we also use the past perfect continuous to show the cause of a past action. So, for example, I had been working all night, so I was tired. These two actions are a cause and a result, but the cause, we are showing the cause in a continuous form because it's an action that took time in the past. Now we move on to the quiz. Let's look at the examples and practice what we have learned in the lesson today. First example, I wait for hours, so I was really glad when the bus finally arrived. Look at this example and see that we have two actions. And the action of the bus that it arrived happened after the first action. So that means I'm using the past perfect continuous because, first of all, I'm talking about an action that happened in the past before another action. And second is because this action took time in the past before another action. So I'm saying I had been working, I had been waiting for hours, I had been waiting for hours, so I was really glad when the bus finally arrived. The second example, why was the baby's face so dirty? He chocolate. So over here we have the verb eat, and we need to conjugate it, and we have a question that says, why was the baby's face so dirty? So this is a result, and we're looking for the cause of this result. So we need to conjugate the verb eat in perfect tense, but is it continuous or just past perfect? Well, this action, we're going to emphasize the duration, or we're going to talk about an action that took time. So we're going to say, he had been eating chocolate. He had been eating chocolate. The third example, we finish eating dinner. We finish eating dinner. So over here, it's an action that happened in the past. So automatically, we'll go and use the past perfect, which is we had finished eating dinner. The fourth and last example is we arrived at 8:05, but the train already leave. So over here, we have an action that happened at 8:05, but we're also talking about something that happened before that action. So automatically, we're going to use the past perfect because we're talking about two actions. One happened before another, and both of them happened in the past. So we're saying, but the train had already left. So that's past perfect. And we've come to the end of the video and also the lesson of today, which was about the difference between the past perfect and the past perfect continuous. Thank you so much guys for watching, and see you in the next video.